car stuck in traffic on my way to work and thought, you know what? While I'm stuck in this traffic, I might as well just make a recording. Practice some mind alchemy here because I am going to run late. I left on time, but it's like, I don't know, an accident. I don't know what the hell, But I was just thinking, if I had left earlier, who knows? I could have been part of that accident. So, it's all about perspective, right? So anyway, I am practicing mind alchemy right now because my humanity wants me to stress out because I don't like being late for work. I am usually on time every day and I don't like being late. And right now it looks like I am definitely going to be late. How late? I don't know. This traffic is creeping. Like I'm literally going like 5 miles an hour on the highway. And so, my humanity wants to stress out and, get irate over this traffic and how I'm running late and I don't like running late. I don't want to be late for work and, just get into this whole stressful mood. But I'm just going to woosah, okay, and see things from a different perspective because that's what mind alchemy is all about. It is about changing your mind, your mental state from one state to another, from a negative state to a positive state. And that's what I'm going to do now. And hopefully, this will help other people who are stressing out because I know we've all been in this situation before where you're running late for something. It could be for work. It could be for an appointment, an important appointment. And, maybe it's a job interview or whatever. And you're running late. But these are things that happen in life that we have absolutely no control over. Life is sometimes going to be unpredictable. And when you encounter these moments, you could either stress out, which is really not going to improve the situation. It's not going to change it. Me getting stressed out over this traffic and running late for work isn't going to keep me from running late for work. It's not going to make the traffic go faster. It's not going to get rid of the problem. It's just going to make me more stressed, which really is not going to benefit me at all. So instead of getting stressed, I'm just accepting the situation as it is. It is what it is. Life sometimes can be unpredictable, and there are situations in life that we can't control. And you have to be able to accept that and just go with the flow. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going with the flow. I know I'm going to be late for work. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to keep going until I get there. And realize that getting stressed out over the situation is not going to benefit me. It's not going to change the situation. So I just might as well relax in this traffic, and change the way that I think about it. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to understand that, like I said, things like this happen in life. You're going to go through experiences where things can be unpredictable. And who knows, like I said earlier, if I had left earlier for work, I could, if this was a result of a car accident, which I'm believing that it is, because the traffic is never like this unless there is a car accident. So I could have been that's not the case. You know, stressing out over the situation, like I said, it's not going to benefit me. It's not going to change anything. So what's the point in doing it? You know, there's no point. And when you go through situations that are out of your control, you have to take control of your mind. You may not be able to control the situations that you face, but you can always control your mind and how you think about it. You can always change your perspective on it, from something negative to something positive. There's nothing positive about being late for work, but you know, this gives me an opportunity to do some mind alchemy, because that's something that I'm going to be doing the rest of my life, because this life is a reality of opposites. So you're always going to have some type of opposition. You're always going to have something negative happen. It may not happen all the time, but in those times when it does happen, you have to be ready to deal with that situation in a manner that's going to benefit you. And stress never benefits anyone. And especially like me with my blood pressure being high, or, you know, having high blood pressure. Stress is that's definitely not going to benefit me. And so I have to be extra cautious to make sure that I have control over my emotions at all times. It doesn't mean that, you know, I don't get upset, I don't get stressed, but I, you know, check myself. It's like, okay, I see that this is starting to bother me, this is stressing me out. Let me go ahead and calm myself down. And that's what I'm doing now. You know, just calming myself, understanding that sometimes you're going to have circumstances in life where, you know, things are not going to go your way. And that's okay. It's perfectly okay, because that's life. If you expect everything to go your way, you're always going to be disappointed. But if you understand that sometimes things are not going to go your way, and it's okay. They don't always have to go your way. These are the opportunities where you get to learn and grow, where you get to mature, you know what I'm saying, and evolve. There was a time when something like this would happen, you know, in my younger days, and I would just flip the fuck out. I would be, you know, stressed out, beeping my horn, yelling, cursing, and now it's just like, you know what, it is what it is. Upset and getting stressed is going to change everything. So, you know, here I am, driving to work, running late. But it's okay, because I'm okay. Like I'm going to lose my job if I run late. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the blessings about the job that I have. You know, we have something where, you know, we don't have to call if we're running late. We can come in late, and we have different types of time. We have paid time and we have unpaid time. So, we have a certain amount of unpaid time that we are allowed to use, and once that unpaid time is done, then you have an issue. But, I have plenty of unpaid time, so these people driving. That's something that I'm thankful for. And see, and that's another thing. When you're experiencing things that you don't want to experience, that, you have no control over, you think about the things that you do have control over, which are your emotions and your mind. You can control how you think about the situation, like I am. There's nothing I can do about this traffic. So I have to accept things the way that they are. And I'm also thinking about, the fact that this job that I have, I don't have to worry about, if I'm late. It's not like I'm going to lose my job if I'm late. I have unpaid time accrued to where I can use that. And I'm thankful for that. So that's something else, that I can use to help me in this situation, to not be stressed into, just go with the flow. Everybody's situation, is going to be different, obviously. Yep, it's an accident. It's an accident. I know it. You have to think of things that are going to help you to transmute that energy. From something negative to something positive. Okay. What can you think of that, is going to help you to change your mood? We all have situations where, we are, where we are, in situations that we have no control over. And when you don't have control over the situation, stressing yourself out isn't going to change anything. It's not going to make anything any better. All right, finally out of that traffic jam. It's not going to make anything any better. So why put yourself under that stress? And stress, we know, is going to physically harm you. People have had heart attacks over stress. It's a killer. It can cause diseases. These negative emotions that we hold on to, if we stay in these energies, they can physically harm us. Okay, so it's not going to benefit us to stay in those low vibrating energies. You just have to go with the flow, like I did with this traffic jam. Well, it's not a traffic jam anymore. It's gone. It's over. But I could have that whole time stressed out. Oh my God, I'm going to be late for work. Why does this happen? Blah blah blah. But how is that going to change anything? How is that going to benefit me? It's not. I just have to accept it and go on. Go on with my life. Like, okay, I'm going to have to sit up in this traffic for a little bit. I'm going to be late for work, but, at least I still got a job. You know what I'm saying? And even if I didn't have that, that cushion of the unpaid time, all I'd have to do was just do like most people do on their job when they running late. Call your boss, let them know you're stuck in traffic, it's been an accident, and you're running late. And if they not an asshole, they normal, they understand, like shit like that happens. Like, what you gonna do? And even if that wasn't the case, they want to fire you, then, I look at stuff like endings are just opportunities for new beginnings. That's how you transmute energy. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that. You got to see the light at the end of every tunnel that you go through. You know what I mean? If you don't see that light, you're just going to be hopeless. And, we manifest with our minds. So you don't want to be in that hopeless energy, because you're just going to manifest more shit to be hopeless about. So you think of things, think of the positive side of things. You always try to find a positive side to every situation that you're going through. Like that whole thing with the traffic. I was like, you know what? I bet you it was an accident. And maybe, my spiritual team had me leave at the time that I left, because if I had left earlier, I might have been a part of that accident. And I looked and I saw that it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? I could have been a part of that shit. You never know. So that's a positive way to look at it. Like, I could have been a part of that accident. Or if if I had lost my job, okay, well, you know what? That must mean that the divine got something better for me. Because I know the divine loves me, and I know the divine wants me to be able to take care of myself and my kids. So that must mean the divine got something even better. See, this is how you got to do the mind alchemy. You got to trick yourself into believing something positive. Even if you can't think of nothing positive, make something to fuck up to get you through. You know what I'm saying? What they say, fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? Whatever you need to do, you gotta get out of that negative energy. You gotta get into the mindset of seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and seeing the positive out of everything. Seeing the positive in everything. You know what I mean? And I know some people are like, well, what they going through, it's like, how the hell am I supposed to see something positive? There's always people going through worse. You know what I mean? If you can't think of nothing positive about the situation that you're going through, there's got to be something in your life that you can be thankful for. Distract yourself from what you're going through, and just start thanking God for the things that are going right in your life. You feel me? If you can't think of nothing positive about the situation that you're going through, think of the things that are going right in your life. Think of the fact that you woke up today in your right mind. That you ain't homeless on the streets. That you breathing, that your heart is beating. You know what I mean? You ain't sitting up in the hospital. And if some of y'all are sitting up in the hospital, think of how things could be worse. Think of the positive things that are going on. Like, what are the doctors saying that's positive? And even if some of y'all are in the hospital and maybe shit don't look positive, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like, I don't know. Maybe you're on your deathbed. Our ancestors looked at death, at least, from my ancestors, my African ancestors, those of us who are, of African descent. And, I don't, maybe it's other, I'm just speaking on my ancestors, that's what I know from from my ancestry. I'm not talking about anybody else's ancestors. Y'all may have the same beliefs. Your ancestors may have the same beliefs. But from, my African ancestors and those of us who come from African ancestry, death was not looked at in a negative way. Death was looked at as something positive. You know what I mean? We're freeing ourselves from this prison of limitation, that we are in, called this human body. And so death was not looked at in a negative way. You know what I mean? So you can look at it as a positive thing from that perspective, that you're going to be free from the limitations of this physical realm. And if you are in that place where the divine is like, okay, it's time for you to transition, then get your shit in order. Forgive what, if you need to let go of things. These people are crazy on this road. If you need to let go of some things, you know what I'm saying? Like forgiving people and letting go of grudges and letting go of attachments to this realm. Because attachment and guilt is going to make you reincarnate here, and it's going to bring you back here into this realm. Like, this realm of reality is a school. It's meant for us to graduate. You know what I'm saying? It ain't meant for us to keep, to keep going through the same grade over and over again. That's what reincarnation is. You ain't fucking graduating. You gotta keep repeating the same grade over and over again, because your dumb ass keep, and I'm including myself in this shit too, but I ain't coming back to this bitch. I'm graduating after this. But that's what reincarnation is. We just keep failing at the game of life, and we keep having to come back and learn, until we learn the lesson we supposed to learn, so we can get the fuck up out of here and stay the fuck up out. But anyway, I done got into a whole nother conversation and shit. I wasn't even talking about that. But I was trying to see the lighter side of death, because I know some people are like, how the fuck you want, like, get it, say anything positive about death? That's because what we've been taught about death is negative. Death ain't nothing but transitioning. That's why people, in the spiritual community call death transitioning. You're just going from one state of existence to another. There's no such thing as death. You feel me? The only thing that's ceasing to exist is the body. You know what I mean? The body's going back to the elements. It's going back to the earth. But the spiritual aspect, energy, that spiritual aspect, and even the body is energy. Like, energy cannot be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So the body just decomposing, but it's still energy. It's just not in the form of your physical body anymore. So that, it's going back to the soil. Now it's food for the plants and the animals. You know what I mean? The energy's still there. It's just not you anymore. But you're like your physical vehicle. But your spirit, the spiritual aspect of you still exists. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really death. It's just moving from one state of existence to another. And if you look at it like that, you're not going to be, it's not to say that you won't be sad, you know. We get sad because we miss, you know, we're going to miss this physical life. But if you view this physical life as, you know, temporary, and it's just a part of the learning experience, and you become detached to this physical realm, then it's easier to let go and to move on. We who are still here, of course, we miss the, you know, being around the people that we love who have transitioned or are transitioning. We're going to miss that, you know. But if we understand that those people really don't die, they're just going from one state of existence to another, it makes it a little easier. Doesn't mean you don't miss them, but, you know, it just makes the process of grieving a little easier. But anyway, I didn't completely go on out of subject. I'm talking about transmuting energy and, you know, seeing things from a higher perspective, from a different perspective, to help you to get through, you know, things that you're going through, situations that you're going through, you know. And like I was saying, like, if you can't think of nothing about your situation, nothing positive to think of about your situation, then, you know, just start thinking of things that are going right in your life. Think about, you know, the simple things that we take advantage of. The fact that you're breathing. You know what I mean? Your heart is pumping. You know, you're in your right mind. You know, you're not mentally insane. You know, the fact that you can see, if you have sight, you know, your senses, you can smell, you can feel, you can walk, you can talk. You know what I mean? Just the simple things, the things that we often take for granted. You know, that we don't even realize are blessings. You know what I mean? That are gifts from the divine that we just take advantage of, and we don't, because we're so used to it. And we don't really appreciate it until it's taken away. Like, for example, you know, when you don't appreciate breathing until you can't breathe, until you got a sinus hole and your nose is all fucking stuffed up and you can't breathe and you all miserable and shit, then you appreciate breathing. But when you're fine, you're not sick, and, you know, it's just something that we take advantage of, we take for granted. So it's these little things, these simple things that are a part of our lives that happen all the time that we don't even pay attention to, that are actually blessings that we should be thankful for. But we're not, you know, because we're used to it. These are things that you could be focusing on, and just start thanking the divine. Divine, I thank you that I'm breathing right now. I thank you that I can see. I thank you that I'm not blind. I can hear. I can speak. I can think clearly. I thank you that I can walk. I thank you that I can move. I thank you, you know what I mean? You just get into that attitude of gratitude and watch it change your whole vibe. Your whole vibe will change. And then you'll start feeling good. And, you know, the situation that you're going through, you forget all about it. Because you get into this attitude of gratitude, and it completely changes your perspective. And that's how you do the mind alchemy. You feel me? So, yeah, I just wanted to do that. And I am late. I probably will be like about 15 minutes late for work, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. I'm glad that I was able to do this mind alchemy, get me, in a better vibe, and also to share this with you and to help you guys out here who, may be going through different stuff and you're stressing. This is how you do it. You got to change your perspective. And like I said, if you can't think of anything positive about the situation that you're going through, then just start thanking the divine. Just start thanking God for the fact that you woke up, the fact that you can breathe. Just the things that you don't even pay attention to, that we take for granted. Start thanking the divine. Think of the things in your life that are going right, and just start being thankful. Just start outwardly thanking the divine for these things, and just saying, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. Oh, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Oh my God, I'm so thankful. And watch the energy shift from negative to positive. I'm telling you, having an attitude of gratitude is powerful. So I hope that this conversation that we had is helpful. It certainly was helping me do the mind alchemy that I needed to do in that traffic jam. And I hope that, it's been helpful to whoever is listening to this message. I want to be able to share when I think about it. Like if I'm going through something and in the process of doing the mind alchemy, I want to try to record it, because I want to kind of give like a real life experience, example of doing the work, doing the alchemy, and how that's done, like how I do it, to help other people, to get through certain things. Because, this spiritual work, is a process, and it's something that you do the rest of your life. It's not something that you ever master. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess when you get to the point of mastery, it's like it ain't even no point of being here. It's time to go. Unless, your mastery is, the divine is going to use your mastery to help others.